time. So once that functionality is in there, we need to determine how we're going to design the car to keep the cost reasonable and performance high. And until we actually have those schematics out with this part and multiply by our appropriate factors, unfortunately I can't give a price. No. Okay. Certainly less than 500. Probably more than 300. But like I don't want to stick to that until I get more information. But I'll let you answer.
No, I just want. People are comparing the TC70. It does have the bus interface. It's built in. It adds to the cost, and it makes it easier to understand if you're comparing the two what the cost would be if they decide some point to expand it. So 300 to 500 was the answer?
I really can't say. I would say that if we cut the cost from 500, we would be unhappy ourselves. And chances are good we're going to talk. We're going to keep the price down low as we possibly can. Okay. And the key is to make it a high value. 32-bit functionality at a good price would be very high value. And also we need to look at, just to finish up this conversation, the bus choice is going to be based on what you guys need and our two other niche markets need, which are higher education, using the computer in a couple different ways, and the industrial user. So we do have a lot of things to consider, and I think we're pretty far along on making the policy decisions that are necessary to make sure that the project is successful.
Let me ask another question that needs to be addressed. And this goes to buzzwords, 32-bit. The MM1 is a 16-bit processor. It itself would not make any or give any benefit or make use of a 32-bit bus. It would just raise the cost of the bus and the cars on it. There was some mention in some of your earlier promotions that when the MM1 was expanded on this bus, that the MM1 would be taken out and turned into a terminal. To me, that means that the MM1 is not expandable, it's expendable. And if you're going to go to 32-bit,
very good, great.
Like that. I heard it the first time, same as you. It wasn't said that. It's like, no, really, it's a point issue. We designed the 16-bit K bus to be inexpensive, and the processors that are running on it are all 16.
So what's your question?
My question is, how is the MM1 expandable into a 32-bit bus when it is itself a 16-bit processor?
Okay, it's a very good question. The first thing is 32-bit internal and 16-bit external means data bus is 16-bit, and the bus card you do get with the system is 16-bit implementation of a 32-bit specification. We're looking down the road. The next CPU card you get from Interactive Media Systems will be supporting 32-bit. And the question is, what do you do with the old CPU card? Do you... Now, Frank thinks it's expensible, but we feel very strongly about something called ubiquitous computing. And ubiquitous is a word that means do it anywhere and everywhere. I am reluctant to, because last time I wrote down the specifications of our computer a year ago and handed it out, it came back to bite me because we ended up having another guy with a 70 VSD system. Although Frank Staplewood folks were thinking about it before that, so I don't know if they've been blowing for our system, but as a company, I'm wary that I should keep my mouth shut until the right time.
Well, no, but we look at the mistakes you made. Gotta be
Frank, do you have another question
for Ed?
For Ed?
Am I supposed to have a question for Ed? Well, it's interesting. Ed and I have had numerous discussions. We've been friends for a good number of years, and his promotions and so forth have been pretty much on the mark. I gave a little bit of a surprise with the Tiger, so I didn't know anything about it. And that was only because I've been working 16 hours a day for the last few weeks and haven't had much of a time to discuss it. And I really don't have any questions for Ed. He's been very forthright and answered everything I've had in the past. It's like I could say.
Okay, well, you get
This part of the talk was something I learned about at the beginning, right before we came on. And in general, my feeling is about being able to ask these guys questions is not to put anybody on the spot at all. I think, well, it's no fun, Frank says. These guys do for entertainment, right? You want to do what? Sweat. Well, then Frank and I will wrestle afterwards, but... I think the question would be to both of you, if you had a concept for a way that the three of us could work together, keep this group of people together, and the plan included things like coming to some agreement on win-win system perhaps, or development environment, or deciding not to come to such an agreement, what kind of choices would you guys make to help make our three systems keep this community together?
Yeah, I'd like to answer this one. Last fall on CompuServe, a gentleman by the name of Frank Hogg, the future bud wrestler, suggested that we form a consortium. Now, this is a dangerous thing, but I thought the idea was good. The consortium was to comprise the three of us, and possibly other hardware people, and software people. I seconded the idea. Wayne, what's his name? Wayne Day at CompuServe set up a special library for us. It was to be restricted for our use. So we could talk back and forth without worrying about what other people think. I did post 2 files up there. And no one else, Frank, the originator of the idea, nor you, sir, nor any of the software developer people, and this is as of 2 weeks ago, my last chat, had posted anything. There's no response to what I posted. They didn't make any suggestions or tell us what they were doing. So the answer to your question is, it's already been started. Join in.
How do you think?
I have to be honest with you, and when this was discussed, I remember happening in passing, and it was not clear to me that what the function of the forum was for. Was it for so that we could talk to each other and come up with cooperative R&D things, or we going to preview with each other text for advertising or whatever, so I don't step on people's toes, as I have in the past. Entirely through accident, 99% of the time. And so it wasn't clear to me. And then from the time that happened, I know that this is a reason.